Very saddened to say he succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced at 3:26 p.m. This is an extremely tragic situation, beyond tragic, happening on the grounds of a school in the beginning of the school year as school is opening. So our thoughts and our prayers go out to this victim's family. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the entire Baltimore City Schools, the CEO and all of the faculty here at Mervo High School, and all of the students who are here. What we know right now is that this suspect, who is in police custody, is a student, but in another school. Is not a student of Mervo High School, but is a student of another school that we're not going to name today. And so I want to say a special thank you to the Baltimore City School Police, who are out there with the students who observed this by hearing the gunshots, observing this suspect fleeing, and had the spatial awareness to follow and give pursuit and catch him before anyone else could be injured, and made this arrest without incident or injury to that suspect or themselves. Recovered the firearm in the process. And so, again, this is extremely tragic, but we have a suspect in custody. It doesn't mean that it's over. We still need anyone who has information about how this conflict started and what it was about to please call us or call Crime Stoppers, and you can do it anonymously at 1-866-7-LOCK-UP. This is, again, another case of the prevalence of guns in our community, the ease of access to those guns, and the willingness to use them just to solve conflict. This is conflict resolution, or the failure to solve conflict in a peaceful, sensible way, but rather someone using a gun that they are not allowed to have in the first place to solve their conflict and to take out their anger on someone else. And now the community is at a loss. We do know that the family of this victim has been notified and is presently at the hospital. And at this time, I'm going to turn it over to our mayor to say a few words. Excuse me.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. First and foremost, my thoughts and prayers go out to the victim's family, our school family here at Mervo, to this community here in Northeast Baltimore. This is a tragedy that almost has me at a loss for words, as this is the first week of school. As everyone knows, this is my school. I was already scheduled to be here at 3 o'clock today. And when we have this loss of life in this way, I want us all to take a moment to really think about what that means for our young people. What we had to do in dealing with a school full of children who are crying yet again because they lost another classmate, and what that means. And when folks ask why I always spend so much time with our young people and why I call for people to step up and help out with young men to show them a different way, this is why. Because when we do not have enough of us being dedicated to making sure that these young men know how to resolve their conflict in a different way, that we continue to allow them to think that having a gun and using a gun makes you a big bad man, this is what we continue to happen. Devastation of young lives lost that should not be here. A promise that we know was limitless, that will never, never, ever, ever be fulfilled over nothing, over something simple. So everyone needs to start taking a look in the mirror and say, what can I do specifically when we're talking about dealing with our young people to help? Because everyone can help. We're very thankful to school police for their swift action. We're very thankful for the Baltimore Police Department, who's now investigating. But we have an entire community of children, of faculty, of staff, of this community, of a city that is now seeing another young life lost. And it doesn't have to be that way. We don't have to be that way. We can be better. We don't have to wait for someone else to do something. We don't have to point the finger and say who else is going to do something. We don't have to wait or post something on social media about how bad things are. Get up, get out there, get involved, get off your ass, and get involved with these young people. Because we can't keep seeing this over and over and over again. There are too many young people that are being harmed in our city, but there are also so many others that are out there just waiting for someone to care for them, to show them a better way, to help them grow into the best version of themselves. And that's what we all should be thinking about in this moment, in addition to lifting up this family, this school and all of our school system children. Thank you. Dr. Nass.
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioner Harrison. I did not think that this would be how I would be ending the first week of what, by and large, has really been a successful opening of schools. Our hearts go out to the family that has just received the news about their child. I want to thank Principal Lawrence for her real attention and quick thinking during this whole time. And I really want to thank both Baltimore City Police for their partnership in this, as well as our own city schools police. I think what it is important for families to know is that the school safety plan was in place, that Baltimore City school police officers were at posts during dismissal. This was during dismissal, and it was because of the swift action of our Baltimore City public school police officers that the suspect was apprehended within seconds of the incident. So I thank our Baltimore City Public School Police. I also want to let families, staff know that we right now have counseling services on site for the school community that is here. We will continue to provide the counseling and grief support not only for any individuals, and as the mayor and I were addressing the young people, some of the young people inside, we let them know it is okay to be upset. It is okay to have to talk to people, because this is not normal for any of us. And so we will continue to provide that grief counseling throughout next week. And again, I want to let families know that, again, this took place in what was a regular dismissal at school, that was an orderly dismissal at school until this incident occurred. We will continue to support the family, the staff, and the students. And my prayers, our prayers, will continue to be with the family in this community. Thank you.
So this is still an open and ongoing investigation in its very early stages. Crime scene technicians and investigators are behind us, still looking for and collecting evidence. And so what we gave you is what we know right now, but at this time I will entertain a few questions.
I'll be handling questions right now. Annie, go first.
Commissioner, the suspect, you said he is a student. Can we confirm that it's a student in Baltimore City Public School?
It is a student inside the city at another school, yes.
Commissioner,
David?
can you tell us the age of the victim, the age of the victim and the suspect?
I cannot tell you the age of the victim or the suspect. One is a student here at this high school, one is a student at another high school. So both are high school age students.
The gun recovered, is it a ghost gun or a store-bought gun?
It's a part of evidence. We have not, the instructions would have been not to touch it. What we can tell you is that it was observed being discarded by this suspect, and so we have the suspect and we have what we believe is the gun used to commit this murder.
Since the parents of the victim have been notified, obviously sadly, are you identifying the name of the victim and whether or not that person was a football player at the school?
We're not.
Jessica?
Commissioner, where exactly was the gun recovered?
The gun was recovered near where the arrest was made, and it was a short distance away because they had to chase him. And while this is still an active scene, we're not getting into what we would consider to be evidence that would be presented in the trial. But it was near where the arrest was made.
Yep. I know you said you can't know his age, but was he at least like a freshman, or can you reveal anything like that? We heard he was a freshman.
Well, what we will tell you is that he was a student here in the school. I think it would be inappropriate and irregular for me to disclose anything further at this time.
Let me just chime in, Mr. Commissioner. I think that we have to be sensitive, right? We were able to talk to some students, but think about how you would feel if you found out that one of your loved ones, your classmate, died in this way. So we have to be very sensitive about what information we share as we allow for the system and the school and our school family to get that information out to our young people and their families.
Is it safe to say that many students witnessed this?
There were students out there, and so I won't assume who would have seen it, but we know that there were many young people and students leaving the building and walking through that parking lot to exit the yard at the time.
Last question, Justin.
I'm wondering, can you tell us a little bit more about addressing the students inside?
I can do that.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Justin. Well, you know that I'm no stranger to the students at this school, and I felt that it was important that they not walk out of this building and see you all talking and reporting on what happened, and no one had already told them. I felt that it was best that they hear that directly from me and Dr. Santelises. It's a tough conversation. If folks wonder why I always talk about protecting our young people in the way I do, they should have to carry their weight of telling some students that their friend is no longer here, that they're going to be gone, and the weight of seeing those tears and having to do those hugs and having children break down in your arms. That is a pain that you can only imagine how painful that is. But we want them to know that they're loved and they're supported, and that we're going to be here to make sure as they begin to heal, no longer how long that takes, that we're going to be here for them.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you all.
All right, that's an end of a news conference taking place at Mervo High School. Really sad day. We now know that a Mervo High School student has died. We do not know the age, name, or grade of that student. And Police Commissioner Michael Harrison said at this time, and the mayor confirmed it would be inappropriate for the city to release that kind of information before students have had an opportunity to learn that through proper channels. We understand this happened after an encounter between a suspect and the victim. The suspect is apparently a Baltimore City school student who does not attend Mervo. He approached the victim. We understand that person approached the victim. Shots were fired. The suspect fled. School police chased that suspect and caught the suspect a short distance away and did recover a firearm. We understand the victim died at 3:26 p.m. this evening. The suspect is now in police custody. Once again, Police Commissioner Michael Harrison, School CEO Dr. Sonia Santelises there in the green dress, and also Mayor Brandon Scott spoke about this tragedy today. Fox 45 News has a team of reporters on this story, including our own Riel Creighton. She is there right now, live. We will continue to stay on this tragic and breaking news. The first week of school, we have lost a student, another student from Mervo High School, the alma mater of Mayor Brandon Scott. Well, coming up, do you feel safe in Baltimore this holiday weekend? Pressing city officials on what's being done to prevent crime on Labor Day. And the city spends millions of your tax dollars on vacant homes each year, the ways it may be possible to take that burden off of taxpayers.
As the Labor Day weekend arrives, Fox 45 News looks at what is being done to keep you safe for the holiday. Then, controversy over vacant homes in Baltimore. Fox 45 News investigates how much of your hard-earned tax dollars are being spent on crumbling homes. Plus, a state-run program to help parents set up college funds for their kids is now causing frustrations. The error that is blocking thousands of families from using the money they saved.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News at 5.
We begin with breaking news. I'm Kai Jackson.
And I'm Maxine Stryker. We've just learned a Mervo High School student is dead after a shooting as school was letting out this afternoon. Riel Creighton joins us live from the scene with the very latest. Riel?
Yeah, Kai and Maxine, as you just said, a Mervo High School student, is dead after a shooting that unfolded in the parking lot here at the school at dismissal. We just heard from the mayor and the police commissioner and the city school CEO, Dr. Sonia Santelises. They are actually all still here. They remain on the scene. The commissioner telling us that a student who is not from this school, from another high school, came up to this school. There was some sort of a confrontation with a student in the parking lot, and then that suspect pulled out a gun and started firing, hitting that student multiple times, who died here. The victim was taken to the hospital. He died at the hospital, but rather the suspect, they said, was chased from this scene. City Schools police were here on the scene. They were able to apprehend the suspect within seconds. But again, a high school student is dead. The mayor talking about how emotional this has affected him personally. This is the high school that the mayor went to. He said this situation, this happening at the end of the first week of school, leaving him almost at a loss for words.
And when we have this loss of life in this way, I want us all to take a moment to really think about what that means for our young people. What we had to do in dealing with a school full of children who are crying yet again because they lost another classmate, and what that means. And when folks ask why I always spend so much time with our young people and why I call for people to step up and help out with young men to show them a different way, this is why. Because when we do not have enough of us being dedicated to making sure that these young men know how to resolve their conflict in a different way, that we continue to allow them to think that having a gun and using a gun makes you a big bad man, this is what we continue to happen. Devastation of young lives lost that should not be here.
Now, again, this happening right at dismissal, broad daylight, about 2:30 in the afternoon. We understand neighbors in this area telling us that they heard the shots. They saw students running from this scene. Officials couldn't say whether students witnessed it, but they did say there were many students who were outside because this was dismissal at the time that this shooting happened. Right now, the commissioner not identifying the name of the suspect or the victim or their ages, but he did say that they are both high school age students. Reporting live at Mervo High School, Riel Creighton, Fox 45 News.